So, what is going on YouTube? This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with a deck profile you guys have all been waiting for. I've been getting a tons of Facebook messages. You guys are like, Sam, where's your Mass Hero deck profile post Invasion of Vengeance? And you guys all know what I do best. I always answer your prayers. Here it is, my totally awesome Mass Hero deck profile for you guys today. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you know what, I'd like to apologize in advance if you guys cannot handle my totally awesome puns. You know what guys, just look at it. Look at Totally Awesome. It looks like one of those frogs from Mount Miyaboku in Naruto. So that's what I really love about this card. Sometimes I actually hate the name, but most of the time, you know what, you can't hate the card. Look, the card is just so trolly that you know, like you just cannot hate it more than you love the card. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's get started with the deck profile. Most of the monsters in his decks are actually very standard. The monster lineup is just very standard in general. So start with the monster, of course. Triple Shadow Mist, very self-explanatory. You know, your Mass Hero Dark Law target. And of course, once he's sent to the graveyard, you basically get to search a Bubbleman. Really powerful, and also helps open up rank 4 plays. Triple Bubbleman, you want to play Triple Bubbleman now because, you know, this card is really reliant on going to Bahamut Shark because you need water to make Bahamut Shark. So Bubbleman at 3 is actually very standard. It also helps you, you know, put pressure on the board to make rank 4 plays, which is pretty good. So triple Bubbleman, very standard. Next, of course, you're gonna play triple 10 Goldfish. The reason being is because why this card is just outclasses Goblindberge in this build is because this card is a water, and this card helps you go into your Shark and also your Bahamut Shark, which is actually really cool. So that way that you can go into your Tree Toad faster. So 10 Goldfish is actually very strong. So 1 10 Goldfish, which is pretty good. Sorry, not 1 10 Goldfish, so triple 10 Goldfish, very standard. Next, of course, you're gonna play Double Summoner Monk. This is still very standard. You know, summon Summoner Monk, ditch a spell, bring out a Shadow Mist, make your first turn Dark Law. Very standard plays, which is pretty cool. And last but not least, I play, of course, the 1 Goblindberge. I still like to play 1 copy is because it gives me another search option for reinforce of the army. Sometimes what I find myself having is that you want to open Dark Law no matter what first turn. Like, you want to consistently open up Dark Law. You don't always want to, you know, focus on always trying to go into a Bahamut Shark Tree Toad, because this deck literally it's about Dark Law. This deck, Mass Hero, is about Dark Law, but of course the 10 Goldfish engine with the, you know, the Bahamut Shark and Tree Toad engine serves as a support for the Dark Law. So, you know, it makes Dark Law really strong because, you know, you have Dark Law, Bahamut Shark, Tree Toad, so Tree Toad can protect your Dark Law from monster effects and, you know, cards like raigeki and things like that. So Goblindberge is really good because I want to have another search target for reinforce of the army. And sometimes what you find yourself is, you know, in some awkward situations where you have a elemental hero, Shadow Mist in hand, and also a ROTA in your hand, right? So let's say you have those 2 cards in hand, and all the rest of the cards that you have in your hand are back rolls, okay? So you have back rolls. So at this point, if you don't play Goblindberge, that means that your first turn plays that you're reinforced with the army, you're going to search a Bubbleman, and you're going to make your first turn Rafflesia. Whereas if you play a Goblindberge, you can activate reinforced with the army, search up Goblindberge, go into Goblindberge, Shadow Mist, normal summon, and actually search your Mass Change, so that way that you already have your first turn Dark Law, which is what you want to see. And if Goblindberge happens to live on the field, you know, during your opponent's turn, you can activate, you know, Mass Change, you know, send this to the grave, bring out Dark Law, search Bubbleman. If this happens to still be alive on the field, you special summon the Bubbleman, normal summon the Bubbleman, and go into your rank 4 place, and so on. So Goblindberge is really good, and it also helps you make consistent Dark Law first turn if you ever have those awkward hands. So this is pretty much it for my monsters. Very you know, self-explanatory, very standard. Nothing special about the monster lineup. Let's go up to the spells. Triple Mass Change. You know what, guys? As I progress to the deck profile as well, I'll showcase you guys on what cards you guys want to take out in replacement of such and such, because you know what, I play this deck to compete against the current meta as much as possible. So yeah, I'm trying to make this deck, you know, be really competitive within the current format. So Triple Mass Change, very standard. Triple Hero Lives, very standard. Really good cards. You want to open up these cards, like especially with Hero Lives. Triple Instant Fusion. Oh my god, guys. You want to see this card in your opening hand. If you see this card in your opening hand, you happen to make a Dark Law, you're already guaranteed, depending on the cards you have in your hand, you're already guaranteed a, you know, Dark Law, you know, Tree Toad, and Bahamut Shark. And if you're even lucky, you can even make a Rafflesia with that board, which is absolutely disgusting. So I'll showcase you guys a combo later on with Instant Fusion, which is really strong. So triple Instant Fusion, really good. Next, of course, triple E Emergency Call. You know, search out all your heroes. You want to see this card as much as possible. 1 Reinforce of the Army, of course, because it's at 1. Double Twin Twister, 1 Raigeki, and last but not least, double Pot of Desires. Okay, Pot of Desires is really good because it helps. It's a +1. It's really powerful, and it helps you dig deeper into your deck for cards like Instant Fusion, Hero Lives, and Mass Change. And you know what? You're playing so many triple elves, you know, triplets in this deck. Like, Pot of Desires does not even hurt you at all. You know what? I feel like this card is just really powerful. You know what? The extra draw 2 can sometimes, draw into instant fusion, draw into the emergency call. But you guys do not have to play Pot of Desires. I am playing a 41 card deck because Pot of Desires, it doesn't really hurt the deck if you're playing a 41 card deck. So you guys don't have to play this. So take these 2 out and maybe add in an Upstart Goblin instead of Pot of Desires, because I know that this card is really expensive right now, and some of you guys may not have access to Pot of Desires, and some of you budget players may just looking to just play a cheap budget version of this deck. So you guys don't have to play the Pot of Desires if you don't have to. But throughout testing, I felt like this card is actually very, very necessary. Helps you draw into your combo pieces, and you're just playing triple balls and everything. And you know what? You don't want to always activate this card right away if you already have search cards in your hand. So let's say that you already have ROTA and everything, and Shadow Mist and everything in your hand. You want to search all your cards first and everything like that. Set your Pot of Desires, and after you've done all your searching, you can activate Pot of Desires. Hopefully, draw into your trap cards in your deck, and just set with Dark Law and just pass. Pot of Desires is just too good enough to play, in my personal opinion. So this is pretty much it for my spells. Very, very standard spells as well. Let's go up to our traps real quick. Traps is actually very heavy. Dark Law, it's like a Dark Law dot deck. Dark Law, Protect, Tree Toad, like Dark Law, Protect, Tree Toad, Bahamut Shark dot deck. And you want to play a lot of back rolls in my personal opinion. Back rolls is actually very, very crucial, especially the certain type of back rolls that I am playing. I'll showcase you guys in a sec. So 1 Solemn Warning, double Solemn Strike, very, very powerful. You have Dark Law, Solemn Strike. It's just like a very, very powerful board for your opponent to beat over. So Solemn Strike is really good. This card is a really great meta card right now because ABCs, you want to prevent them from making the Buster as much as possible. And this deck is already having a good ABC matchup, but the only thing that actually kills you against the ABC matchup is when they try to bait out your Dark Law and things like that. Like when they're trying to kill out your Dark Law with rank 4 XYZ. So Solemn Strike is actually really, really good for that purpose. 1 Vanity's Emptiness. You win, man, if you flip this card with Dark Law and Tree Toad on the board, which is pretty good. So 1 Vanity's Emptiness. Oh man, guys, this is gonna be very expensive, but you do. I love maining Dimensional Barrier. I see a lot of decks in OCG actually maining this card, and I've been playtesting this card in the main deck. This card is really, really powerful. It's really expensive right now. It's really hype right now, but I believe that this card is the best card in the set, like hands down. Aside from Totally Awesome, this card is the best card in the set, and I'm just so glad that I actually was able to pull this in my 80 pack opening. So basically, if you guys don't know what the Dimensional Barrier does, is that you declare 1 monster card, declare 1 monster card type, Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Pendulum. For the rest of the turn, neither player can special summon monsters of the declared type. Also negates the effect of all monsters of that type while they are on the field. You can only activate 1 Dimensional Barrier per turn. So basically, the really good thing about this card is that this card, 1, it's chainable. 2, it's like a massive breakthrough skill if they already have the monsters on the field. So let's say that you activate Dimensional Barrier and they have a Dark Law on the field, and you call Fusions. Alright? So basically, Dark Law effects will be negated, which is actually really, really strong. Also, it negates all the effects, which is actually really, really good. And of course, against the ABC matchup, if you are going first, you will happen to open up a Dimensional Barrier, and they try to pop your back rolls and things like that with the cards like Diamond Direwolf. Once they do that, while you have the Dark Law on the board, you activate Dimensional Barrier, chain, call Fusions. They can't go into their Buster for that turn, which is awesome. And if you already have the cards like Bahamut Shark, Tree Toad, you call You call Buster. You call Fusions. They can't make the Buster that turn. So this card is really, really powerful card. I'm loving the Dimensional Barrier. It literally locks your opponent for the turn. Basically stops, especially against the Burning Base matchup as well. They'll go BA. You have Dark Law on the field, or you have any monster on the field. You just go Dimensional Barrier, call XYZs. They can't XYZ for that turn. So it literally just stuns them for that turn, and it just puts them a turn behind. So yeah. So this card is expensive right now, and I know a lot of you guys may not have access to this card. If you guys do have access to Dimensional Barrier, I would recommend playing it or even playtesting with it. I've been playtesting this card for quite some time. It works wonders, guys. It's phenomenal. It's very, very powerful. But if not, I'll showcase you guys on what cards to take out if you guys don't have this. Next off, I want to play Double Quaking. Quaking's really good because if they have a massive board, they attack, it flips everything face down, you can't flip it face up, and it also helps Dark Law run over those monsters 1 by 1, which is really, really powerful. And you guys have to remember that against the ABC matchup, if the Buster already activated its effect to discard 1 to banish, or if he has no cards in hands and just happens to enter battle phase to try to destroy your Dark Law, you can activate Quaking Mirror Force to flip face down. They're going to be unable to tag out because the ABC Buster Dragon's tagging out effect only works on your turn. So Quaking Mirror Force is a very, very powerful card. card overall. So next we're gonna play, of course, off to our Rafflesia targets, one bottomless trap hole, one trap choke trap hole nightmare, and last but not least, one floodgate trap hole. My recommendations is that if you guys do not have dimensional barrier or don't have access to dimensional barrier, you guys can also play cards like compulsory evacuation device. I'm just giving you guys some random staple trap card. Compulse, you guys can also play cards like another floodgate trap hole. You guys can even incorporate treacherous trap hole as well. I'm just throwing you guys some ideas that you guys can maybe play into your deck, because you know what? When I profile talk for you guys, I love to explain all my card choices, and I also like to give you guys suggestions on what you guys can play, because I want you guys to use my deck list as a guide to what you guys can build in your own decks, right? You know what? I have a different play style from you, and you guys have a different play style from me. You know, like, we're not the same players, so that's what makes Yu-Gi-Oh really creative, is that we all have different mindsets. We all have different strategies in our own minds. So if you want to play your own text, you may have some spicy text that I don't even know of. Play it, man. Trust me. If it works with your playstyle, play it. Go for it, man. Who cares what anybody says? You don't have to copy a deck list. Just play it. Play whatever you want to play in your deck. But I'll just give you guys suggestions what you guys can play. Floodgate Trap Hole is really good because it's like a quaking mirror force. For the summon, Trap Trick Trap Hole Nightmare is really good as well. Basically negates it and destroys it the turn, especially when it activates effect, which is pretty cool. Bombless is just an overall great card, especially against the A. You know, they don't summon A right away. You bombless it, and their turn is done. So yeah. That is pretty much it for our traps. We are playing a 41 card deck. What you guys can do is you guys can literally take out 2 Pot of Desires in this build. Okay, so you guys can take out in the main deck 2 Desires. So right now you're left with a 39 card deck. You put in an Upstart Goblin, make it a 40 card deck. And for if you guys don't want to play Dimensional Barriers, I said it before, adding Compulse, adding maybe another Floodgate Trap Hole, or another Quaking Mirror Force in replacement of these bad boys right here. Because I'm telling you guys right now, these cards are very, very expensive. So that's pretty much it. Shoutouts to my boy Lucas Poe for lending me, of course, the tin goldfish. Shoutouts to you, Lucas, man. And oh my god, for the extra, let's go off to the side deck first. Side deck is very... The reason why I want to showcase you guys side deck is I want to give you guys an idea of what you guys can side. So let's go with Quaking. The side deck is completely random. I'll showcase you guys just like an idea of what you guys can side. So Quaking, one Justice Psycho Reader, really good against ABC matchup, especially they're going first. You know, they go Tsukiyomi, they're trying to make their buster play. Oops, just banish it, which is really cool. Double Gamma-Seal. The reason why you play Gamma-Seal in favor of Kumungus is because Dark Law needs to be able to run over this card. Dark Law cannot run over Kumungus. Which is pretty sucks. Next triple systems down, ABCs. If they already have that first turn buster, it's really annoying to get rid of. So system down is literally an auto win in my personal opinion. Double mass Maxi, of course. One Twin Twister, a double Book of Eclipse to beat those annoying Kirin boards and also those ABC boards as well. And last but not least, triple anti-spell Fragrance because it's the auto win against Pendulums if you were able to open it. Which is pretty awesome. I said before, guys, siding is always up to personal preference, depending on what you guys want to play on your side. Let's go off to the totally awesome extra deck. Of course, guys, let's start off with let's go off with the fusions first. Fusions is really, really basic still. You know, right here, the 5 fusions. Of course, you're playing instant fusion, so you want to get into your Norden. Double Dark Law still, 1 Mass Hero Anki, and of course the Hero Acid, Heavy Storm, 28 beater. You know, the main macrocosm of the deck, the main bad boys of the deck, which is really, really good. So if you guys have another ulti Dark Law that you guys want to hook me up, message me on Facebook, man. So that's pretty much it. Very standard. Let's go off to the totally awesome XYZ. So a huge shout out, okay? Goes to my boss man Will from Dolly's. Huge shout out goes to you, Will, man. You are absolutely amazing. You know what, guys? This deck profile would never happen if Will did not give me totally awesomes to use for this profile. So a huge shout out goes to Will from Dolly's, and that's my locals that I go to. Love Dolly's, Dolly's for life. Shout outs to all the Dolly's fam out there. Huge shout outs to them, especially a huge shout outs goes to Will for letting me borrow the totally awesome. So yeah, really phenomenal. You guys don't know what totally awesome does? It's basically Aslam Judgment. You can tribute itself or another water monster. So if you have a face of Bubbleman, you basically tribute the Bubbleman to negate like a spell trap monster effect, which is really, really cool. During the player's turn, when your opponent activates spell trap monster effect, yeah, you can send one face of water monster from your hand or side of the field to the graveyard to negate it. And then if you tribute itself and you have a Bowman in graveyard, you can basically get to add Bowman back to hand, which is pretty awesome. You guys are probably wondering how you make him. You make it with Bahamut Shark. So yeah, so 1 Bahamut Shark. What else? 1 number 37 Hope Wolverine Dragon. Shark, Spider Shark, 1 Rafflesia, 1 Castel, 39, of course. Utopia, Lightning, very standard. Abyss Dweller, and last but not least, the Gust of Emerald to recycle back everything into your deck. So that's pretty much it for the extra deck. Everything is basically standard in this deck, and I'll showcase you guys like a simple combo what you can do if you open up these hands right here. So let's go off. Alright guys, so let's say you open up this hand right here and you have two other unknowns. Doesn't matter what you have. If you have back rows, it would be 100% better. So let's say you open up this, right? So what you can do with this hand is that you can go into emergency call, right? And you can go into Shadow Mist. So you search over Shadow Mist right here, which is really, really cool. Okay, awesome. And what you want to do now at this point is that you want to normal summon tin goldfish. Okay, special summon Shadow Mist. Don't activate Shadow Mist's effect to search the mass change because you already have mass change in hand. So you can do is you can mass change the Shadow Mist, right, and into your Dark Claw. Okay, so you make your Dark Claw right here, your Dank Claw on the board, and now since this is in the graveyard, okay, it gets the grave and it didn't use its effect yet, you can search a Bubbleman from the deck. So you search a Bubbleman, pretty cool. And let's say the other two cards were back row, and the other two cards has to be back row, guys. It has to be some cards that you can set. It'd be better if you set Desires, that'll be amazing. So what you can do is you can special summon Bubbleman, set the two cards that you have, okay, and you special summon Bubbleman, you overlay this into Bahamut Shark. Like it's 3-card combo, really, really powerful. So you go Bahamut Shark, you detach the Bubbleman, bring out Totally Awesome, the Bahamut Shark's effect. So this is your first turn board right here, okay? This is actually very, very powerful. This is your first turn board, and with two back rolls. And let's say one of the back rolls that you set was like instant fusion. So this is your first turn board without the instant fusion, okay? If you have two cards, like the combinations of these cards in hand, you know, it can be, so this, so tin goldfish, or either ROTA or mass change, or somewhere to get a mass change, which is pretty strong. Let's say it's one of the side cards was instant fusion. Okay, so let's say now if you have instant fusion, what you can do is you can activate instant fusion. You know, especially in the Norden. Of course, you guys all know how broken Norden is. Okay, activate Norden's effect. Special summon, of course, the Shadow Mist from the graveyard. Overlay these two. Okay, for a Rafflesia, and like I don't know how your opponent is gonna beat this. Like you have a negation, you have a macrocosmos. If this stays on the field, you're winning next turn because you like if it stays on the field, you win. Like, and you also have you know, Floodgate Trap Hole, you know, what is it, Trap Tricks Nightmare. You also got Bombless right here built in. If you detach of course the Shadow Mist will get to search Bubbleman, which is pretty strong. You have, of course, you'll have one back row. If you have a Pot of Desires at this point, you can flip it, draw two. If you draw into two back rows, set it past. Like, they can't beat this. And if they were able to beat this, then that's really unfortunate. But having this first turn like board already is just really strong within itself. And if this were to live next turn, you can go like, okay, activate this, special summon the other Totally Awesome, and like I don't know how you can lose like with this. Like I really don't know. Against ABCs, they can't really do anything because everything will get banished, so they can't even make the Buster. So the thing they can actually beat this board is a Kaiju. So like if they Kaiju you, it's really unfortunate. But if they have the Kaiju, they have the Kaiju. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it for this deck profile, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys slap the thumbs up button. That'll be absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I really appreciate you guys staying in and to listening to all my card choices and things like that. And I'm really excited to play this deck for the next upcoming format. Alright guys, this is Sam from Team Sam signing out. A huge shout out goes to my friend Lucas Poe for letting me borrow 10 goldfish. A huge shout out goes to my boy, you know, Will Bossman from Dolly. Shout outs to my Dolly's fam. Also shout outs to the classic CCG as well for letting me the Floodgate Trap Hole and things like that. That's really awesome. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is Sam from Team Sam signing out. Alright guys, peace. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And you know, any card choices, anything, let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, peace.